Elmer Bayan and Sister Sia Bayan. Brother Jeremiah Mabini and Sister Jeline Hawahan. Brother Jerry Aligan and Sister Delby Aligan. Brother Tulay Pangatan and Sister Rekael Dausi. And Brother Jennifer Mayokyok, Sister Nicole Paxi. The ministers, officiating ministers, Pastor Robert McClure and Bishop Ruel Pliacaw. Let's welcome the groom's parents, Mr. Ison Bayan and Mrs. Maria Bayan. Followed by the groom with his best man, the groom Brother Ison Bayan and Brother Dimar Bayan. The principal sponsors, Mr. and Mrs. Roger Lisken and Mrs. Emily Lisken. Mr. John Bilotti and Mrs. Dalia Balagan Bilotti. Mr. Resty Bilido and Mrs. Maribel Bilido. Mr. Alfredo Miclay and Mrs. Marissa Miclay. Mr. Stephen Saklay and Mrs. Odette Saklay. Mr. Benji Dolo and Mrs. Divina Dolo. Mr. Conrado Bulinto Jr. and Mrs. Cornelia Thomas. Mr. Dario Wadler and Mrs. Avelina Wadler. Mr. Edison Ola Jr. and Mrs. Jessabeth Ola. Mr. Eric Jerry and Mrs. Sophia Dutagan Jerry. Mr. Ferdinand Tingsay and Mrs. Nelia Dulinan. Mr. Hilbert Horak and Mrs. Josephine Horak. Mr. Jeffrey Bokaw and Mrs. Maya Bokaw. Mr. Johnny Mangag and Mrs. Andrea Vicente Mangag. Mr. Luis Banag Jr. and Mrs. Genevieve Banag. Mr. Randy Palan and Mrs. Julie Palan. Mr. Ronald Aguiabas and Mrs. Aurea Vicente. Mr. Salvador Budboy and Mrs. Shirley Budboy. Sister Rosana Espada and Sister Aurelia Joseph. Sister Dolores Bastawang and Sister Mirna Alingas. Lastly, Sister Esther Samaritan and Sister Consuelo Lacaste Saro. Now let's welcome the secondary sponsors. Candle bearers, Brother Jeffy Kabay and Sister Sheila May Mabini. Holders of the veil, Brother Jacob Bayan and Sister Jasmine Clemente. Carriers of the court, Brother Kendall Pulinay and Sister Kenny Pulinay. The groomsmen and bridesmaid, let's welcome Brother Danford Dominguez and Sister Kat Kiwas. Brother Justin Bayanis and Sister Marcia Bayan. Brother Stephen Madjam and Sister Janica May Madjam. Brother William Batulog and Sister Precious Bakasan. Welcome, Bible bearer, Jared Sagot. Coin bearer, Joshua Pascual. And ring bearer, Briner Saklay. From the groomsmen and bridesmaid, Brother Marvin Biliedo and Sister Mahima Bensal. Sorry about that. And now, at kami, let's welcome the Maid of Honor, Sister Joanne Tobiagon. At this time, shall we all stand up as we will, oh no, not yet. Well, let's welcome the cute Flower girls. Beautiful flower girls. Abigail ba yan? Cassandra Belotti. Jillian Rasabon. Caitlin Cindy Belotti. Darlene Sylvia Clemente. Reyna Rasabon. And Simera Balato.
Smile.